Title: Paul and Silas in Prison. Chapter 1. A troubled girl in Philippi visiting the bustling streets of Philippi. Shops, traders, and people going about their daily business. Characters: Paul strong and confident, with a kind heart. Silas wise and gentle, always encouraging. Slave girl young, with a sorrowful face, speaking words she doesn't understand. Owners of the girl greedy and angry, dressed richly. Action 1. Paul and Silas walk through the city, sharing the message of Jesus. 2. A slave girl, possessed by a spirit, follows them, shouting, "These men are servants of the Most High God." 3. She does this for many days until Paul, deeply troubled, turns and commands the spirit to leave her. 4. The spirit immediately departs, and the girl collapses in relief. She is free. 5. Her owners, furious at losing their source of income, grab Paul and Silas and drag them to the marketplace. Chapter 2. The angry mob and the false accusation sting. The city square, crowded with merchants and people. Characters: magistrates stern and dressed in official robes. Roman guards strong and intimidating. The crowd easily swayed, shouting angrily. Action 1. The owners of the girl accuse Paul and Silas before the magistrates. 2. These men are causing trouble in our city. They teach customs unlawful for us Romans. 3. The crowd joins in, shouting accusations. 4. Without a fair trial, the magistrates order Paul and Silas to be beaten with rods. 5. The guards whip them harshly, leaving bruises and wounds. 6. The magistrates command them to be thrown into the deepest prison, and the jailer locks them up tightly. Chapter 3. The dark prison sitting. A dark, cold jail with iron bars and damp walls. Characters: jailer gruff but thoughtful, follows orders strictly. Other prisoners weak and hopeless, watching silently. Action 1. Paul and Silas are chained in the inner prison, their backs bleeding. 2. The jailer ensures their feet are locked in wooden stocks. 3. The prison is filled with the sounds of moaning and despair. 4. But Paul and Silas do not complain, they pray and encourage each other. 5. The other prisoners, curious, begin to listen. Chapter 4. Songs in the night sitting. Midnight, deep inside the prison. Action 1. Instead of groaning in pain, Paul and Silas start singing hymns. 2. Their voices fill the dark prison, singing praises to God. 3. The other prisoners are amazed who sings in prison after being beaten. 4. The jailer, though tired, hears the songs and shakes his head in wonder. Chapter 5. The earthquake. Sitting, the prison, suddenly shaking violently. Action 1. A massive earthquake shakes the prison. 2. The walls tremble, and the chains of all the prisoners snap open. 3. The doors swing wide, freeing everyone. 4. Dust fills the air as stones fall from the ceiling. 5. The prisoners stare at Paul and Silas, unsure of what to do. Chapter 6. The jailer's despair sitting. The prison, after the earthquake. Action 1. The jailer wakes up and sees the open doors. 2. He panics if the prisoners have escaped. He will be executed. 3. In despair, he draws his sword to end his life. 4. But Paul shouts, "Stop! Don't harm yourself. We are all here." 5. The jailer, shocked, drops his sword and rushes to Paul and Silas. Chapter 7. The jailer's question sitting. The prison, dimly lit by torches. Action 1. The jailer falls to his knees before Paul and Silas. 2. Sirs, what must I do to be saved? He asks, trembling. 3. Paul smiles and answers, believe in the Lord Jesus, and you will be saved, you and your household. 4. The jailer, overwhelmed with hope, invites them to his home. Chapter 8. A night of salvation sitting. The jailer's house, warmly lit. Characters: jailer's family, curious but eager to listen. Action 1. The jailer washes Paul and Silas's wounds. 2. Paul and Silas share the gospel with his entire family. 3. The jailer and his household believe and are baptized immediately. 4. A great celebration follows as the once fearful jailer is now full of joy. Chapter 9. The magistrate's superseding. The prison, early morning. Characters: messengers from the magistrates, nervous and formal. Action 1. The magistrates, unaware of the night's events, send orders to release Paul and Silas. 2. The jailer happily tells Paul and Silas they are free. 3. But Paul replies, "No, we are Roman citizens. They beat us publicly without a trial and threw us in prison. Let them come and release us themselves." 4. The messengers run back to the magistrates with the news. Chapter 10. A victorious exit sitting. The city gates. Characters: magistrates now nervous and apologetic. Action 1. The magistrates rush to the prison, apologizing and begging Paul and Silas to leave quietly. 2. Paul and Silas, victorious, step out of the prison. 3. Before leaving Philippi, they visit Lydia and the other believers, encouraging them. 4. The story ends with Paul and Silas joyfully continuing their mission, leaving behind a changed city.